Don't take medication every time you feel headache. Not be every time wey headache dey do you, you carry medication or drugs go dey take. There are so many things that can cause you headache. I'm going to list some for you and explain how they cause you headache and even how you can prevent these headaches from happening. Number one is stress. Let's talk about stress. What is stress? Stress can be that you exerted some energy, you engaged in an exercise, you just did some work, then that's stress. Another kind of stress is that you did not sit well. Maybe you sat on a chair, you did not position well. You are stressing your muscles, stressing your nerves, your tissues, your muscles. That is stress. Then for those that goes to the salon to plait their hair, when you position your head in you did not position your head well, maybe in an angle that is straining on your muscles, that is stress. You are stressing the muscles. Another stress is that anxiety. You are anxious about something, you just dey think, you are stressing the brain, you are stressing the muscles of the brain. That is stress. And what does stress do? How does stress cause you headache now? So this training on the muscles, what does it do? It pulls on the nerves, on the tissues, on the muscles of the brain. So this pulling, this training, it will cause pain. That pain is what is called headache. So that is how stress can cause you headache. Another thing that can cause you headache is lack of sleep. You did not sleep well at night. So how does your lack of sleep cause headache? So if you did not sleep well, the neurotransmitters, as in the chemicals that help to regulate pain, your lack of sleep will go and trigger those neurotransmitters. It will trigger those chemicals. So those things will not be sensitive to pain. You will not start having headache. That's how lack of sleep can cause you headache. Another thing that can cause you headache is screen time. You're always on the phone, you're always on your laptop. So you are straining your muscles, the eye muscles. Okay. So the process of straining these eye muscles now, it will affect the neurotransmitters, making your brain, making your body to be sensitive to pain. You start having headache like that. Another thing that can cause you headache is uncorrected vision problems. Like me now, I get eye problems. So if you did not correct your own, you're always training to see something. You carry your phone, they strain them. You are straining your eyes to see. You are straining your eyes to read. You are straining the eye muscles. Very soon you will have headache. You have headache like that. Another thing that can cause you headache is high blood pressure. When your BP is high, your blood pressure is high. Okay, so the blood vessels in the brain will also, the pressure in the blood vessels of the brain will also be high. So the process of rushing, the blood vessels are, the blood is rushing, there is increased flow of blood to the brain. You understand? It can bring about headache like that. Then another thing that can cause you headache is caffeine withdrawal. If you are the type that takes caffeine regularly, maybe you dey take am because you no wan sleep for night, or you just love taking caffeine and all that. If you suddenly withdraw from caffeine intake, you will have headache. How? Caffeine narrows your blood vessels. When you are taking caffeine, caffeine narrows your blood vessels. It makes your blood vessels to be, if it was wide before, it becomes narrow like this. When you are taking caffeine, that's what it makes your blood, it narrows your blood vessels. So when you suddenly withdraw from caffeine, it widens, your blood vessels becomes wide. So there will not be a rush of blood flow. There will be a sudden rush of blood. I don't know how to explain it. That there will not be the blood pressure, the pressure that is flowing through those veins now will not be very high, and this pressure can result in pain, can result in headache for you. So that's what can cause headache. Another thing that can cause headache is infection, viral infection or bacterial infection. Another thing that can cause you headache is hunger. When you did not eat, you are starving your brain of glucose. Your body needs glucose to function. So if there is no glucose in the brain to function, the blood vessels there, the nerve and everything, they will shrink. As they are shrinking, it will tighten the blood vessels and everything there. So it will trigger pain sensitive hormones like adrenaline. It will bring about stress in your brain. You now start having headache like that. So you know what is causing your headache. If it's hunger, try and eat early so that you don't have headache. If you are straining your eyes, stop straining your eyes so that you don't have headache. If you have eye problem, try and get glasses like me so that you don't have headache. If it's stress, reduce your stress so that you don't have headache. And if it's dehydration, drink enough water. Anytime you're having headache like that, just try and take water. You will see the difference. Then if it's screen time, reduce your screen time. If it's blood pressure, high blood pressure, try and always check your, anytime you have headache, try and check your blood pressure to know whether your blood pressure not high, whether or not they cause your headache. If it's infection, treat your infection. So headache, in essence, it is not every headache that requires medication. So know what is causing your headache and avoid it instead of taking medication, because excess of medication is also very bad. I will talk about that in my next video.